Hey, what's going on? This is Andre from OnlySanders.net. Everybody has a role, and really when it comes to a role, it plays in any part of life. You know, it plays in in the company you work for, plays in in business. If you own a business, small or big, it plays well in team sports. Perfect example, especially in American football. Since I've been playing semi-pro football here for the last several years. It's really important as far as the role that each player has. Not even so much about starting or backing up. It's like perfect example. Let's say if you play offense, and if you're overseas, I try to do the best I can to keep it simple. I mean, since I am talking about American football, but really, like let's say if it's like a running play in a football game, and if a wide receiver is like not really sunning the block well, the whole play is completely messed up. And this comes down to, again, that wide receiver has to know his role. It's not always about catching footballs. It's also about blocking as well. And even on the run play, even if the play is going away from him, he still has to know his role. You know, it's interesting because like one slip up, especially in the offense, when it comes to American football, and then like I said, the whole play's messed up. It's no different from also like let's say the body, the human body. Like let's say something happens with a particular body part, the other parts of the other organs and the other parts as well have to do their best to kind of try to do the best to make up for that. You see what I'm saying? That they each have the role, and like I said, it's really important. Now the thing too, when you try to compare, a role, like say in life, not everybody's role is going to be the same, and that's all right. Don't always try to worry about doing somebody else's role. Let's say if you are a business owner, why would you want to play the role of different positions where you can maybe hire somebody or have somebody on your team that could do their role and has probably a little bit more expertise to you. You see what I'm saying? I've noticed this with a lot of big business owners. They're real good at this as well. Another good example of this is what Henry Ford did years ago. I know Napoleon Hill mentioned this in Think and Grow Rich, that Henry Ford mentioned as far as he would not have to go and fill up his mind with this a whole bunch of information, where he can go get somebody else who has some expertise in that area, in that field. It makes sense, leveraging your time. So he didn't want to play the role of, like, say, everybody. He had accountants, lawyers, you name it. And like I said, a lot of big business owners or entrepreneurs now understand this. It comes down to having a team. So it's all right as far as not having to know everything, not even trying to worry about playing the role of somebody else, because people are just different. This is what it is. It's like no different. Let's say if you want to be a speaker. People's roles and, maybe, they call them motivational speakers are different. Les Brown is completely different from Eric Thomas. And Eric Thomas is different from Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is different from Bob Proctor. I can go on and on and on. But my point is, they all have their own role. They all do suggest to get people to think for themselves. But the thing is, how they play the role is completely different and it's theirs. And guess what? None of them are trying to be like the other. And that's perfectly okay. That's the whole point. So it's not so much about knowing your role. It's also about trying to find out what your role is, or really try to find your role. And not try to, again, not even trying to blend in. Just trying to be the best version of yourself. Because that's really what the world needs. This is the better version of you. So if you gotten value from what we shared here, I'd love to read your comments below. Or like I said in this video. That being said, I will see you in the next video.